In 2012, Transworld Sport travelled to the Autodromo do Algarve in Portugal to meet up with the rising star of the two-wheeled world. 19-year-old Marc Marquez was competing in Moto 2, the feeder class for motorcycle racing's premier category, MotoGP. The Spanish rider won the Moto 2 title that year before bursting onto the MotoGP scene in 2013. Marquez has gone on to become the sport's dominant figure. He won the MotoGP world title in his rookie season and holds a commanding lead in this year's championship. We caught up with Marc recently to chat about his rapid rise through the ranks.
Back then, when we were in Portimao, it was impossible to imagine that 2 years later I'd be here, in MotoGP, with one world title under my belt. It was just completely unthinkable. Although I had the move to MotoGP in mind, I never thought I could win the title in my first year.
We met up with Marc in London, ahead of the British MotoGP. Marquez never rides on the road, as he doesn't have a license. But as part of his promotional duties ahead of round 12 of the World Championship at Silverstone, he guided his Repsol Honda over the English capital's Millennium Bridge, before showing off a little more of the bike's 260 horsepower. It was the first time a motorcycle had been ridden across the 300-metre-long steel structure, as it's normally the preserve of pedestrians.
Yes, it was a great experience to do this ride over the Millennium Bridge. They've never tried anything like this here before, so it was an interesting thing to do, and quite exciting too.
Last year, aged 20 years and 266 days, Marquez became the youngest rider in history to win the Premier Class World title. But, if anything, his 2014 season has been even more spectacular. Marc won the opening 10 races of the year, equaling a record set by one of the sport's iconic figures, Giacomo Agostini, who achieved the feat in 1968, 69 and 70, en route to winning 3 of his 15 world titles.
This year's going really well, better than I could have hoped. I think the success I've had is down to lots of things. There's the bike, which we've adapted a little more to suit my riding style, and I also have a lot more experience now. And another really important factor is how good I feel about my team. I'm back with the guys I worked with from the start of my career, and I feel very comfortable around them. Everything's going really well, but although it might appear to be easy, we work extremely hard behind the scenes to achieve those results.
Marc's winning streak ended at Brno in the Czech Republic, where he finished 4th. It was only the 3rd time in his Premier Class career that he'd finished off the podium.
Everyone was talking about me winning all the races, but I knew there'd be some that we couldn't win due to some sort of issue. Like in Brno, where we had a few little problems, and there were 3 guys with a stronger overall package than us, which meant that a victory wasn't possible. But it was important to think about the championship as a whole and take whatever points were available for the title race. The result in Brno also means there's less pressure on me from everyone who wanted me to win all the races. That was very flattering, but from now on we can focus solely on winning the championship. Well, if you were to ask me right now how my career is going to pan out, I'd simply say that I'll carry on riding bikes until I've had enough of racing or until no teams want me. At the moment, I feel 100% motivated. We're doing very well this year, and next season we'll try to do even better, and we'll aim to continue on like that year on year. So we'll have to see at what stage I grow tired of competing or lose my motivation. But right now, I'd say that I'll carry on in this sport as long as my body allows me to.